Hello and welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started laying down. As you roll onto your back, we're going to hug both knees into the chest, wrapping your arms around your shins. Take a few deep cycles of breath. Let's extend the arms out wide, taking both knees over to your right side. Resting right hand on top of left thigh. And then we'll take the knees up and over to the left. Resting left hand on top of right thigh. As you bring your knees back to center, let's rock up and forward to a seated position. We're just coming into a comfortable cross-legged pose. It's called Sukhasana, or easy pose. Walking your hands forward on the floor, letting head, neck, and shoulders soften. As you walk your hands back up the mat, we're going to roll right over the legs, climbing onto hands and knees, and then start to make your way through cat and cow. Climbing into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep bend in your left or your right knee. Take a nice deep bend in that right knee, keeping your left leg straight. Don't worry if your heel isn't touching the floor. That's not really necessary. We'll switch sides, bending the left knee. We're just trying to lengthen through the back of that right leg. Then begin to pedal through the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Coming back to straight legs. As you breathe in, we're going to curl forward, coming into a high plank position. And then exhale all the way back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, rolling forward to high plank. This time we're going to lower all the way down onto the belly. Extending your right arm out to the side. Start to roll up and onto the right side of your body. Bending your left knee, place the left foot on the floor behind your right leg. For a more intense shoulder opener, you can roll towards the back body. For less intensity, you're going to roll towards the front body. Let's switch sides. Rolling onto your belly, take your left arm out to the side. As you roll up and onto that left side, we're going to bend the right knee, placing the right foot on the floor behind the leg. Rolling back to center. Let's sit the hips back onto the heels, coming to child's pose. Back to downward facing dog. And start to take a walk forward to the very top of your mat. Once you arrive, toe heeling the feet just about hip width apart, you're going to catch hold of opposite elbows coming into ragdoll arms. Let's bend the knees so that your chest can rest upon the shelf of your thighs. Releasing your hands to the mat. You're going to toe heel the feet all the way out, coming into a low squat, malasana, hands to the heart center. Placing your right hand on the floor beside you, start to lean into the right side of your body as you extend up and out through that left arm. Reaching past the tips of the fingers. You can even use your right shoulder to gently press that right knee open. Coming back to center, placing left hand on the floor. And then back to center. Straightening your legs, folding forward. We're going to toe heel the feet all the way together, big toes to touch. Taking hands to shins, inhaling to your flat back. And then exhale, fold. Letting your knees soften. We're going to roll all the way up to standing. Let your head be the last thing to arrive. And then head first, start to roll back down the way that you came. Inhaling to your flat back. And then exhale, fold. Softening your knees, rolling up to standing. As you arrive at the top, head first, rolling back down. Inhale, looking forward. And then exhale, fold last time. Rolling up to standing. Really massaging through your spine. And then all the way back down. Inhale, looking forward. Let's step into a high plank position. So we're going to lower knees, chest, chin. Let your knees drop first, then chest and chin. From here, sliding forward onto your belly, forehead to floor, we're going to extend both arms straight forward on the floor. Dragging your elbows back beneath your shoulders, coming into Sphinx pose. Pressing your shoulders down and back. And at the same time, pressing your tailbone down. See if you can lift the lower belly. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, forehead to floor. Sitting back into child's pose. And then downward facing dog. So that's called an Earth Salutation. We're going to take a few more of those. Start to walk forward to the top of your mat, inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, fold. We're going to roll back up to standing. But this time, let's float the arms up by the ears. Exhaling all the way forward over your legs. Inhaling to your flat back, stepping into that high plank. Pause, and then lower knees, chest, chin. We're going to slide forward onto the belly, extending both arms straight forward. And then dragging the elbows back beneath the shoulders for Sphinx pose. Make sure your legs are engaged here, pressing down through all 10 toes. Forehead to floor. Back to child's pose. Downward facing dog. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Let's take a walk to the top of the mat. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, fold, softening your knees, rolling up to standing. Full sweep with your arms. Diving forward over your legs. Inhaling to your flat back. Step into high plank. We're gonna lower knees, chest, chin. And then slide forward onto your belly. Dragging your elbows back for Sphinx pose. And then forehead to floor. Child's pose. Into downward facing dog. Last time, walking to the top of your mat. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Knees soften, roll. Scooping up your arms. Diving forward over your legs. Inhaling to your flat back, high plank. Knees, chest, chin. Sliding forward. And then dragging your elbows back. Feel your heart pressing past the chest. Forehead to floor. Child's pose. Into downward facing dog. Rising to the balls of your feet, bending your knees, step or hop. To the top of your mat, inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Sweep to standing. Hands to the heart, landing. Bending your knees, take a seat, Utkatasana. Chair pose. Take a quick peek at your knees, make sure you can still see all 10 toes. Raising your gaze. Again, reaching past the tips of your fingers. We're gonna fold forward. Inhaling to your flat back. Step into a high plank. So you can still lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Passing through cobra or upward dog. Back to downward facing dog. Sweeping your right leg to the ceiling. Let's open up the hip, bend the knee. Extending your right leg long, step forward into warrior one. Let's take the arms up by the ears. Keep reaching that right knee for the ankle. We're gonna clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, raising your gaze. Exhale, fold forward to the inside of that right leg for ostrich. Releasing the hands to the mat, step into high plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Back to downward facing dog. And take the left leg high, opening the hip, bending the knee. Keep pressing the floor away from your body. Let's extend that left leg long, step forward into warrior one. Clasping the hands behind your back. Take a deep breath in as you exhale, fold. And then hands to the mat. High to low plank. Back to downward facing dog. So that's going to be our warrior one flow today. When you're ready, rising to the balls of your feet, bending your knees, step or hop. Inhaling to your flat back and then exhale, fold. Root to rise. Hands to the heart. Bending your knees, take a seat. Utkatasana. Breathing in and As you exhale, fold. Inhaling to your flat back, stepping into chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Let's take that right leg high. Big step forward into warrior one. Clasping the hands, and then fold into ostrich. Hands to the mat, stepping into high plank. From here, you can take chaturanga or downward dog. Other side, left leg high. Warrior one. Clasping your hands, and then fold. Hands to the mat. Stepping back, chaturanga or downward dog. And pausing for breath. Let's rise to the balls of the feet, bending your knees, step or hop. Inhaling to your flat back, exhale, fold. Rise to standing, sliding the hands down the midline. Let's bend the knees. Sitting back, Utkatasana, same sequence last time. Folding forward. Inhale, and then chaturanga. Right leg high. Warrior one. Clasping the hands. Folding forward. Hands to the mat, chaturanga or downward dog. Left leg. Warrior one. Breathing into rise. Hands clasp. Fold. Hands to the mat, step back. Chaturanga or downward dog. Dropping down onto your hands and your knees. Sweeping your right arm to the ceiling, thread right hand through left arm. Sliding your left arm forward on the floor. Pressing back up onto your hands and your knees. Sweeping left arm. We'll thread left hand through right arm. Extending your right arm forward. Pressing back up onto all fours, downward facing dog. From downward dog, rolling forward to high plank. Pause. Back to downward facing dog. We're gonna do that twice more with your breath, curling forward. Downward dog. Last time. Inhale. Stay. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Setting your hands back beside the ribs, we're going to come to a baby cobra. Peeling head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Test your hands. We're going to lift the right leg. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, left side this time. Testing your hands. Exhale down. Inhale, right side. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left side. Exhale, release. Once more, each side. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, left side. And exhale. Child's pose, sitting your hips back onto your heels. Downward facing dog. Rising to the balls of your feet, bending your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat, inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, sitting back into the chair of your legs, draw the hands to your heart. Get really low in your legs. We'll hook left elbow over right thigh. So you have a couple options here. You can leave the hands at the heart. You can also extend the arms. Reach your left hand for the floor, right arm for the sky. We're gonna look at the floor, come to the ball of your left foot. Keep leaning forward as you step that left leg back into revolving lunge. Really peeling open the right side of your rib cage for 3, for 2, and 1. Hands to the mat. Turn the toes out on the back foot. Sweep yourself up into warrior 2. From here, press your right leg to straight, go straight up. Reverse triangle. Returning to warrior 2. Let's come to side angle pose. You can take forearm to thigh or right hand all the way to the floor. How's your breath? For 3, for 2, stay low in your legs as you come back to standing, right into reverse warrior. And then begin to press the right leg to straight, stretching forward into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Trying to align your torso with that bottom leg. You can look up. You can also look towards the wall that you're facing, or even down at the floor. Feel the kneecaps sliding up the shins. We're gonna root to rise, ground down through your legs as you come to standing. Hands to the hips. Turn the toes in on your right foot. You might need to adjust your stance slightly if it's too wide. Inhale, raise your gaze. And then exhale, fold forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Let's hook onto the big toes with the first 2 fingers. Inhaling to your flat back. Then exhale, hinge forward. Feel the crown of your head being almost magnetically drawn to the earth. Releasing fingers from toes, inhaling to your flat back. We're gonna walk our hands over to the left, but first I'm gonna grab my blocks because I'm gonna want them for this next pose. So I'm gonna set them to the back of my mat. So you're gonna walk your hands to the left, so you're facing the back of your mat. Turn the toes out on your left foot, come onto the ball of your right foot, so you're in a runner's lunge. Setting up for lizard pose, take your left arm to the inside of that left leg, and then toe heel your left foot all the way to the outer edge of the mat. From here, we're dropping down onto our forearms. This is where I like to use blocks. I like to slide a block beneath my right thigh. You can also take it higher, and then uncurl the toes. And then I grab my other block and slide it right beneath my forehead. I'm actually going to take it higher today. If you have a lot of mobility in your left hip, you can start to turn the left foot out and rock onto the outer edge of your left foot. Just make sure that as the knee falls open, it's still tracking with your ankle and toes. All right, let's start to press back up onto the palms of the hands. We're gonna remove the blocks, set your blocks aside. Curl the toes under on your back foot, lift that right thigh, take the block away. We're gonna toe heel the left foot back to the center of the mat, and then walk your hands all the way around to the very top of your mat, coming into runner's lunge on the right side. From here, drop down onto your left knee, shifting your hips back, straightening your right leg. Inhale to your flat back, and then exhale, fold. Feel free to stay right here in a half split. If you're craving a deeper stretch, you can always inch that right heel forward. If you have a full split in your practice, feel free to just slide into that. Make sure that if you are in a full split, you're not sitting in your bones. Keep your muscles engaged. You can fold forward if you like. If you're in that full split, we're going to bring it back slowly, gaining control of your legs, returning to that low lunge, curling the toes under on your back foot, lift that left knee, and then tuck the knee beneath yourself as you come to sit down onto the floor for Ardha Matsyendrasana. So your right foot should be on the outside of your left thigh. You have two options with the arms. You can wrap the left arm around the right knee or hook the elbow on the outside of the thigh. As always, make sure that you're not muscling into the twist. Taking one more breath. And then exhale, unwind. Let's walk the hands over to the left side. We're going to bend forward from the waist, counter twisting. Walking your hands back to center. Stacking your knees right over left for Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Feel free to leave the feet really close to the hips. You can also start to inch the feet forward from there, just until you feel a satisfying stretch. I don't want you to be struggling or sweating with effort here. Feel free to stay seated upright. You can also start to fold. I'm going to grab another block to place beneath my forehead. Inhale, lifting your chest. We're gonna roll right over the legs from here. So you're gonna loosen the cross of your legs, rolling over. Step back into a high plank position. Drop down onto your knees. Place your right hand to the center of the mat, right beneath your face. Begin to pivot on that right knee as you extend the left leg out to the side, taking your left arm straight up to the ceiling. You can stay right here, or if you're craving more, start to lean your weight forward into that right arm, just enough that the left leg pulls away from the mat. Bending your left knee, you can catch hold of the left foot with the left hand. Start to press the foot into the palm of your hand. So there's a little bit of resistance here. As you create a back bend, I don't want you to think of it like a back bend. I want you to just think that you're stretching your hips forward, stretching your chest. Make it feel good. Find that satisfying place. Maybe even stretching out that hip flexor. We're gonna release hand from foot. Float your left foot back to the floor, returning to hands and knees. Step back into high plank. From here, chaturanga or downward facing dog. We'll all meet in downward dog. Resetting the breath. Rising to the balls of your feet. Bending your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Take a seat, Utkatasana, chair pose. Other side. Let's draw the hands to the heart. Get really low in your legs. You're gonna hook right elbow over left thigh. You have those same two options. You can leave the hands at the heart or take your arms wide apart. Just checking in with the quality of your breath, especially when you're twisting. We're gonna look towards the floor, come to the ball of your right foot. Keep your weight shifting forward as you step the right leg back. So we're in a revolving lunge for 3, for 2, and 1. Hands to the mat. Let's turn the right foot out. Sweep yourself up into warrior 2. And press that left leg to straight. Go straight up, reverse triangle. And then returning to warrior 2, we'll come into our side angle pose. Remember, you can take forearm to thigh or left hand all the way to the floor. Float that right arm over the ear. Taking 5 deep cycles of breath here. All right, stay low in your legs as you sweep back up into warrior 2, right into reverse warrior. Press that left leg to straight, stretching forward into Trikonasana, triangle pose. You can look up towards that right hand or at the wall that you're facing, or even down at the floor. Come back to standing, pressing up, hands to the hips, turn the toes in on your left foot. Adjusting your stance as necessary. Inhale, raising your gaze, and then exhale, fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. So go onto the big toes with the first 2 fingers, inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Feeling the elbows pointing straight out to the sides. Sliding the shoulders up away from the ears. Keep your weight centered over the arches of your feet, between toe and heel. Inhaling to your flat back. Start to walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Again, my blocks are far away. Grab your blocks. All right, we're walking the hands towards the back of the mat, returning to that runner's lunge, setting up for lizard. Take your right arm to the inside of your right leg, toe heel your right foot all the way out. If you're using blocks, one block is going to slide beneath your left thigh, and one block will be beneath your forehead as you drop down onto the elbows. If bringing your forearms down to the floor is too intense, you can also slide a block beneath your elbows and rest on that instead. And start to press back up onto the palms of the hands, setting your blocks aside. Toe heel your right foot to the center of the mat. We're gonna walk the hands all the way around to the very top of your mat, coming into runner's lunge on the other side. Dropping right knee to the floor, start to shift your hips back, extending your left leg to straight. Inhale to your flat back, and then exhale, fold. Same thing as on the other side. Feel free to stay right here in your half split. If you're craving a deeper stretch, go for the deeper stretch. If you have full split in your practice, feel free to take that now. But again, really feeling the muscles hugging to the bone. So you're supporting your weight. Maybe folding forward if that feels good. Inhale, lifting your chest. If you're in that full split, start to slowly bring it back. And return to that low lunge. Curl the toes under on your right foot. Tuck the right knee underneath yourself as you come to sit down onto the floor. So left foot will be on the outside of your right thigh. You can either wrap your right arm around the left knee or hook the elbow. Slowly unwinding, walk your hands over to the right side of your body, bending forward from the waist. Come back to center. Stacking your knees. Start with the feet really close to your body, and then begin to inch the feet forward from there. I'm going to grab a block. Feel free to stay seated upright, or you can fold forward. Maybe taking a block beneath your forehead. Inhale, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders, setting your block aside, loosening the cross of your legs. We're going to roll over the legs, stepping back into a high plank position. Dropping down onto your knees, take your left hand to the center of the mat, right beneath your face. We're going to pivot on that left knee as you extend your right leg out to the side, extending up and out through your right arm. You can stay right here or start to lean your weight forward towards that left arm until your right leg floats away from the floor. Maybe bending your right knee, catch hold of the top of the foot with your right hand if you're taking this variation. You're going to press the foot into the palm of your hand, gently pushing your hips forward. Feel your shoulder blades drawing together. And then releasing hand from foot, extending the arm and the leg. Float the foot back to the floor, returning to your hands and your knees. Step back into a high plank position, chaturanga or downward dog. Rising to the balls of your feet, bending your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhaling to your flat back, exhale, fold. Let's roll up to standing just like we began. Leaving the arms behind. Roll the shoulders up and back away from the ears. We'll come to tree pose. I'm going to come to face you. Feet together, hands to the heart center. Let's lift the right foot to the left leg. Feel free to always just grab hold of the foot, place it right where you want it. Let's let the arms hang down by the sides of the body. Ooh. If you start to lose your balance, just let it go. Let yourself fall and then come back. It's good practice for recovery. Not every day is going to be a good balancing day, and that's okay. Balancing doesn't describe a fixed state. It's a process. Hands to the heart, sliding your right foot down to meet the left. We're going to pick up that left foot. Hands to the heart center. And then arms down. If you are having a solid balancing day, try closing your eyes. It's always a nice practice. Hands to the heart. We're going to slide that left foot down to meet the right and then rise to the balls of your feet. We're going to lower into a yogi toe balance. As you bend your knees, I want you to think of your energy continuing to rise. So you're going up even as you go down. Resting your hands, palms up in your lap as a gesture of openness and receptivity. Squeezing your inner thighs together. Maybe you want to play with closing the eyes here. You're a lot closer to the ground, so if you fall over, no big deal. Opening the eyes. We're going to straighten the legs, folding forward. Return to the top of my mat. Inhaling to your flat back. Last vinyasa, if you want it. Step back into high plank or straight to downward dog, chaturanga. From downward dog, roll through high plank 3 more times, curling forward and back. Twice more. Inhale, exhale, last time. Inhale forward, all the way down. I'm going to grab my other block. We're going to take a brief restorative pose before moving into some supine or prone back bends. So you're going to grab both of your blocks and slide them right beneath the head of your shoulders. Forehead will rest on the floor, arms back. If you're much taller, you can also take the blocks to their highest setting. Start to slide the blocks out from beneath your shoulders. I'm going to take the forehead to the floor, clasp your hands behind your back, and then start by lifting the arms away from the back body. Begin to peel your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Squeezing your legs together, lift both legs. Pulling the chin gently towards the chest so the back of your neck remains long. We're in Shalabhasana, locust pose, for 3, for 2, and 1. Release, left ear to the mat. Let's take the forehead back to the floor, walk your legs together, extending your left arm forward, bend the right leg. Begin to flex your right foot and catch hold of the ankle with the right hand, pressing the ankle as hard as you can against your hand. So there's some resistance here. Begin to press the sole of your foot towards the ceiling and inhale, lift the rest of your body. So your left arm, left leg are kind of on the same plane. Keep pressing the sole of your foot towards the ceiling for 5, 4, lengthening out the back of your neck for 3, 2, and 1. Release, right ear to the mat. And let's take the other side, forehead to floor. Walk your legs back together. You're going to take the right arm forward, bending your left knee, flex the foot, catch hold of the ankle. Start to press the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Inhale, lifting your right arm, right leg. Keep pressing the sole of the left foot for 5. Trying to get as long as you can. For 4, don't worry about height too much. For 3, for 2, and 1. Release, left ear to the mat. All right, last push, last back bend. Forehead to floor, walk your legs together. Bending both knees, flexing the feet. We're gonna catch hold of the ankles with the hands. Again, you wanna create some resistance here. Start to press the feet towards the ceiling. As the legs lift, it's naturally going to lift your upper body. You can start to rock back and forth a little bit. Keep pressing the feet towards the ceiling. Feel it peeling back the shoulders for 5. Try to pull the legs together for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Release, left to right ear. Losing track, right ear to the mat. Leave your knees bent. We're gonna windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Just releasing the lower back. Let's climb back up onto the hands and the knees. Take one more child's pose, hips to heels. Pressing up onto your hands and your knees. Let's cross the shins, rolling over the legs and onto the back. As you roll back, draw the soles of the feet to touch, knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. You can rest your arms wherever they're comfortable. Placing your feet flat on the floor, keeping your knees bent. Let's cross the right knee over the left knee, like you were sitting in a chair, crossing your knees. We're gonna take an eagle leg twist. Both legs are going to fall to the left. You might wanna scoot your hips slightly to the right. And this is a pretty deep twist. If it's so deep that you're unable to get comfortable, simply uncross the legs. There really is no one way to do any of these poses. And the most important thing is really just that you're finding your way, the path of least resistance within your body. As you bring your knees back to center, you're gonna keep the cross of your legs and let both knees fall to the right side. We're gonna adjust slightly as the knees fall to the right. You can scoot the left foot up and in towards the glute and adjust the cross so that it's more the foot resting on top of the thigh versus the knee tightly crossed. So right foot should be resting on top of left thigh. This is a little bit of a brain teaser. All right, and crossing the legs. We're gonna reset the feet. Crossing left knee over right knee. Scoot your hips to the left as the knees fall to the right for an eagle leg twist. As you bring your knees back to center, you're going to keep the cross of your legs. As your knees fall to the left, you might want to pull the right foot up and in towards your glute slightly, and then the left foot will be resting on top of the right thigh. Uncrossing the legs. Let's come to happy baby. Catch hold of the outside edges of your feet. Take your feet and knees nice and wide as you rock from side to side. Pressing your tailbone down. And then hugging both knees into your chest. Let's rock up and forward to a seated position. We're gonna take one more hip stretch. I think let's take fire log. I'm gonna turn to face you. So you're gonna start with your left shin parallel to the top of your mat and stack the right ankle bone on top of the left knee. Your knee may be way up here, that's okay. You can always just rest a hand on the knee. Maybe apply very gentle pressure, but make sure that you feel the stretch in your hip and never the knee. Feel free to stay seated upright. You can also start to walk your hands forward on the floor. I'm gonna grab a block again for under my forehead. Inhale, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders. Let's switch the cross of the legs. So you'll start with your right shin parallel to the top of the mat. Place the ankle bone itself on top of the knee. Make sure that the foot is hanging slightly over the knee. Again, feel free to stay seated upright, or if you're folding, start to walk your hands forward. Inhale, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders. Let's extend both legs straight forward. Coming into Dandasana, seated staff pose. Flexing your feet, rolling your thighs back. Thank goodness I'm covered in cat hair. Before we take our forward bend, let's come into a reverse plank position. So you're gonna place your hands slightly behind the hips, fingertips pointing forward. We're gonna point the toes, and I want you to dig into the heels of your feet and the heels of your palms as you lift the hips. You can either gaze towards the belly button or gaze straight up to the ceiling. Try not to let your head hang all the way back over the shoulders. Keep digging into the heels of your palms for 3, for 2, and 1. Come on down. Flexing your feet, take your arms up by the ears, go up, and then start to drape the torso across the length of your legs. If you have very long arms or limber hamstrings, you can also set a block in front of your feet. Give yourself something additional to reach for. Inhale, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders. For our inversion, let's take our hips on a block, legs straight up to the ceiling. So you're gonna roll back, grab your block. Remember that you can take your block at any height. You can literally use any surface of the block. I'm gonna take it on its highest setting. So you're gonna start by lifting your hips into a bridge pose, slide the block underneath your hips, and then bend the knees. From there, extending the legs to a 90-degree angle. You'll be able to feel, once you've found that perfect point of balance, your legs should feel weightless. This should feel effortless, almost the same as having your legs up the wall. You can rest your arms down by the sides of your body. I'm not doing that because the way that I'm most comfortable on the block, I'm kind of precariously perched on it. So I have to keep it upright. I always like to think of inversions like flipping the hourglass. I like to imagine just the weight of the world like sand draining out of my feet. So we're emerging lighter on the other side of our practice. And I'll just take a few more breaths here. Inversions are also pretty good for circulation. They're considered to be natural antidepressants because they send all the blood back down towards your brain. And start to bend the knees, placing one foot at a time on the floor, sliding the block out from beneath your hips. As you roll onto your back, we're going to take the arms down by the sides of the body. I'm going to readjust myself on my mat. Somehow I always end up halfway off my mat. Just taking the arms down by your sides, turn the palms to face up. We'll end with a simple breathing exercise, drawing your thumb and your index finger to touch. Breathing in, and then exhale all the way out. Let's draw thumb and middle finger to touch. Inhale. And exhale. And thumb and ring finger. Breathing in. And exhale. And then thumb and pinky finger. Inhale. And exhale. Taking a moment in Shavasana. Beginning to deepen your breath. Breathing new life into your body. And awaken the fingers and the toes. Nodding your head from one side to the other. When you're ready, bending both knees into your chest. Curling onto one side. Making your way back to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. And draw the hands together at the heart center. In yoga, we say that all roads lead home. Doesn't really matter which path you take. Ram Dass once said that we're all just walking each other home. So, thank you for letting me walk with you for a while. Let's lift the hands up to the forehead. We'll bow forward together. Namaste. Nice work today. I hope to see you next time.